I just want to invest in people that really want to be the best that they can be.
Hello, everyone. It's Todd Screama and Robin Lavasser and Jim Reed. We are doing a Be Your Best podcast for our realtor partners. Thank you so much for your business. And the topic today is three choices. Three choices. We're like, Todd, what are the choices?
Yeah, what are the choices, Todd?
The choices are three choices in this market. Number one, get out. Number two, suffer until the market improves. Or three, learn new skills and innovate yourself. So I'll tell you a quick story.
My mom back. I'm sorry about that. With my mom,
okay.
I'll
tell you a quick story. I said this in our national event yesterday. In 94, I'm 1 year in as a loan officer. I walk into the corporate office after a bunch of sales calls, and you know how you get into a room, and I've only had this experience a few times, but everyone it like somber. This person's eyes are red. These people are huddled up over here. Something was definitely, I thought we just had a massive layoff because the market was horrible, okay? I walked straight back to the CEO's office, and I'm all, what happened? And he looked at me, and he says, you know Paul, our top producer? I'm all, yeah, I idolize him. Like, I idolize him. He was Superman to me. He said he committed suicide last night.
Oh, my goodness.
Put a bullet in his head. From that point, I worked with 42 loan officers. About 3 months later, we had 15. How that translated to me as a young loan officer doing 2 or 3 loans a month, I'm like, okay, let me get this straight. Everyone's getting out. The market's really bad. I can either get out and find something else to do. I'm young. I was 23 years old. I said, number two, I can just suffer through it and try and barely squeak by. I'm like, God, that's not me. Or three, I really got to improve my sales skills. Like I was an aggressive salesperson, but I got business just because I was aggressive, okay? I'm like, no, you really got to get good, like really good. I started reading books about sales, podcasts, like I doubled my sales activity, tripled my sales activity, like I just went to work. And that bad market created everything I've accomplished. In my opinion, if I boiled it down to one decision, that was it. So that's what I think the choices are these days, and I don't like one or two.
You know, when I think about those choices, like number one is get out of the business, and we're seeing that, right? Like in real estate and lending, you know, it's you did a simple math. You said, hey, if we do 70% less loans or less real estate transactions, there's going to be about 70% less realtors. And I think by and large that's true, and I think that's happening, right? And then the second one you said is, hey, do nothing. And I think that that's also happening. And I think that I said this on the other podcast that we were just recording, is that if you're willing to be humble right now, if you're like I know a bunch of people have been doing this a long time. Tom, I've been doing this a long time, right? And I have forgotten some of the skills that I used to have. That's the truth.
Me too.
I mean, I have literally gone like, I've relearned something and go, oh my gosh, I used to do that, right? If I can be humble and be willing to learn from people who have even less experience than me, right? And pursue skills over the next 8 to 10 weeks in our industry, I'm going to leave them in the dust.
100%.
And that's what gets me excited, right? How do you overcome this weirdness? Get excited.
I had a loan officer get offended at me. He's been working for me for 24 years. And he said, what should I do? I said, you suck right now. I said, what should he do? I said, hey, you know that little cute girl up in Eugene that just closed 12 loans? Yeah. You closed 2? Yeah. Call her.
Yeah.
Go see her. She's doing something you're not. He says, Todd, she's been a loan officer for 2 years. And I said, yeah, and she's kicking your ass.
Totally.
She's doing something different. Go find out, right?
Dude, I can tell you one of the things they're doing different.
What?
They're working.
Oh, they're working. They're not entitled.
You, I cannot tell you, man. It gets me so frustrated. I go to a branch and It's 4:15 and there's 2 people there.
Not in our
I can't
branch.
send-
Like,
Not
you
my
know
branch,
what's
but I'm
funny
just
about
telling
that,
you, it's
Jimmy?
like eating duck out.
I've been teaching realtors the Power 5 plan. That's what I call it, right? Make 5 intentional outbound calls every single day. And you
Power
have to
5.
leave it with them understanding that not only you are a realtor, but confirming that you would be their realtor and they want all their friends and family and everybody else to use them as their realtor. And
Wow.
literally been teaching and presenting on it. And I have a great gal who was a teacher when she originally became a realtor. And she taught, and then real estate kind of crept up there just enough. She stepped away from teaching. She went part-time and then completely cut it off and became a full-time realtor. And she's been on a run. Oh, shocking. We've all been on a run, right? 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, realtor, all the way through it. And I love her, and she's a darn good realtor. And 2022 hits,
Wow.
and things shift a little bit. And what's her first thought?
Go back to be a teacher.
I'm going to go back to be a teacher. And she came in and she sat for an hour and a half in a class that I was teaching the realtors about the Power 5 plan and having an intentional, purposeful business, doing the work every day consistently, 5 simple menial phone calls, if you will, with impact and being relentless on that. And she has four, hear me. That was late October. She closed 1 in November immediately from it. Literally got a listing pending, closed in November. She has 4 pending that will close in the month of January, confirmed from making 5 outbound calls a day. It is really not, I think that we want to make this really complicated. We don't believe that it is easy, right? Or simple, if you will, simple, not easy. The only issues that we all have is literally generally ourselves. Our emotions, our desire, our discipline, our capacity to get uncomfortable. That's the issue. That's the only issue that we generally have as entrepreneurs is what we're willing. We are the tool, if you will. We are the product, but who's going to sell the product if you're not? And I think that's something that's been lost in realtors that we've got to get back to.
I tell you a quick story. I talked to a realtor yesterday, a friend of mine, and I thought she was calling me because she was doing bad, but she was calling me to say hi. So I talked to her. I'm like, how many deals you do last year? This is a 4-year realtor. 111.
What? Is she in Sacramento?
Yes.
Okay, can
Aaron
you
works
text me
with
her
her.
name, please? Oh, she doesn't.
111. Average sales price, 700,000. Do the math. That's 80 million. And she made a comment to me because we're working with her on some of these online strategies that we're working on. She's helping me with it because she's really good at it. And she's like, Todd, it's not a bad market. People just got to work. So then I said, what's the number one sales tactic that you do? So I'm probing, right? I'm in the car driving to an appointment. She says, meet them. I said, what do you mean? She says, someone calls me, we meet. Someone calls me on a sign call, we meet. Someone calls me on one of those ads we're doing, we meet. Like we meet. So then I'm like, how's that work out for you? So she said, well, I track all these numbers. I said, show them to me. Out of she sent me like 4 months worth of leads. She had 212 leads. She physically met with 175. 175. I said, these are sign calls. These are ad leads. She says, Todd, it's the magic. It's the magic. I just meet them.
Well, and
immediately.
She's got account skills too, but median is the magic.
4 years as a realtor. Yes, I'm impressed with her, but her aggressiveness sets her apart. But I just thought that was so simple. She's all meet them. I'm like, well, what if they don't qualify? She says, they're not calling me to whistle Dixie. If they're meeting with me, they can buy a house most of the time.
Oh, love it.
They're just like, I'm like, I love that simplicity of just meet. It's belly to belly.
Check this
every
out.
time.
So, I coach 8th grade basketball, right?
Yeah.
And I love it, but I'm super glad that the season's almost over, I have to admit. Man, we've been playing some basketball. So, and I learned this from coaches along the way in my life, basketball coaches, track coaches, and business coaches. And it's the same in our industry as it is in sports, as it is if you're an employee for the state of California. There's 3 things that matter: your attitude, your aptitude, and your effort. Right? And the ones that matter the most are your attitude
And
and your effort.
Yep.
Right? Because if you have those two, your aptitude will go up.
Yep.
And
Practice.
I'm with these kids in basketball, I'm like, their attitude about the ref's call, now we're going to lose the game. Your attitude about your job. Are you happy that you like your job? You'll do it longer and do it better. Attitude is beyond all of them the most important. Effort and then aptitude. And I just think people think the opposite, Todd. They think that aptitude is the number one thing. And that if they had my skills or your skills or Robin's skills, then they would do a lot of business.
Yep.
And it's such crap because it's not the truth. It is the other way around. And it's what we're talking about. And I just get so fired up when if you just would go to work.
Yep.
Hang out with the right people, this will happen for you. You'll get through this month.
I think this happens. I know it happens not in Summit, but in real estate and other mortgage companies. What happens is, I saw some people do this yesterday. I was teaching National Lunch and Learn, some old timers there, and I walked up on a conversation, and they are commiserating about how sucky it is.
Yeah.
Commiserating. There's one guy in the room I happen to know did 200 sites a year ago, had 0 deals, 0 listings, 0. And he's commiserating with the best of them. I'm like, dude, don't do that. Like, don't talk like that. Like, commiserating with your old time buddies that you've been selling real estate for 30 years, how hard it is. Don't do that. Go hang around the young whippersnapper. Go hang around this person I just told you about, did 111 sites. Like,
Totally.
like just have coffee with them. Like, go hang around them. Don't hang around those people that are naysayers and all that. Those are all the people doing no deals and getting out of the business.
And it's so easy of a choice.
I avoid it like the plague. So listen, guys, we got to wrap up. Here's what I'll say. We've got Summit Funding has developed some ingenious tools. Basically, in a nutshell, what we've done is we went into every single market, or in the process of going into every single market over the course of starting in April till the end of this year. We're taking 5 buyer's agents. We're developing sales funnels for them using social media and some master classes. And we're going to get you paid another 75 to 100 grand a year in commissions.
Yeah.
It's only for a select number of realtors that either work with us or send us deals. That you're our target market. And we're rolling all this stuff out starting in April. If you want I'm super excited about it. The test marketing is ridiculous. So if you want a masterclass on this, email me personally, and I'll send you the masterclass that you can watch. And then if you're interested, you can throw your hat in the ring and say, yeah, call me, and we'll call you. Or whatever loan officer. We work in 47 different states.
A mortgage company that gives that works with you to get
mortgage company is going to make you money.
Yeah.
Right? Listen, this has been, if I seem a little excited, for 29 years, I've had the thought to figure this out. It wasn't until a year ago that I had the cojones to hire 2 professional coaches to teach me this stuff. What I've discovered is there's a reason that Zillow did $8.1 billion in revenue last year, because they're freaking smart, right? They know how to drive interested parties to you, and then you just got to talk to them, okay? Now there's work to do, but it works. So if you want information on that, email me. I'll shoot you the masterclass. You can watch it. My email is tscrima@summitfunding.net. tscrima@summitfunding.net. And I will be happy to send it to you. At the very least, it'll give you some cool ideas. Everyone's tried to figure this out. I feel like we've kind of cracked the code on this stuff. So,
Nice.
Guys, I appreciate you guys. We want to make these short. We want to make them impactful, give you some ideas on 3 professional coaches that are running salespeople, doing loans ourselves, doing deals. I spent 20-something years coaching realtors. So did Jim. Robin spent about 9 years coaching people professionally. It's like we do this, and we also do it for a living. So we're authentic teachers. We really appreciate your business and love you guys for that. Keep it coming, and we'll keep on being successful together. Thanks, guys. Have a great month. Thanks, Jim. Thanks, Robin.
Nice job, bud.
Bye, guys.